Hello, guys. How you doing? So, tell me if this has ever happened to you. I don't know, maybe this is just a PC thing. I've done this a couple of times. But what I did just a little bit ago, I saw Finkel had been live this morning. I went to see what he was talking about, and I started playing it. And hey, Nikki, how you doing? And I went to click forward a little bit past his opening because I've seen it several times, and I like his intro and outro very much. Anyway, I clicked it forward a bit, and Todd came up on the screen. I thought, oh, Finkel's dumping on Todd again. I mean, get off it. Why are people always making fun of poor Todd? And I'm watching, and Todd is talking about his version of Christianity and all this. ASTD. And after a minute, I realized I wasn't watching Finkel. I was actually watching Todd. Because what happens, like again, I say maybe this is just a PC thing, but when you go to click forward on, if you go a little bit below the line, it actually will go to another video. Okay, so that confused me a bit. But the funny thing is, and wow, this has been a weird week because I keep happening into um, people's broadcasts just at fortuitous times. I just clicked into Todd that night just in time to see Finkel post something in chat that was immediately deleted because Todd's, mods are sensitive, I guess. What was it? I clicked in so it doesn't matter. Anyway, this is fortuitous because this is what Todd was talking about at the time, and I believe he's live now. I think this was just a little bit ago. Here, I'll give you a little clip. I went and grabbed a little clip of it.
Those who want to remain in sin and those who come out of the sin and come to know him. Hey, man, how's it going?
Cut the mic. This is their moment, not yours.
Who's?
Wow. What happened to men? What happened to manly men? What happened to men with testosterone? I'm legitimately asking. What happened to men? These are all simp men who are just henpecked to death by their wives, by their women. But they want to go and challenge a dude who's speaking Jesus over something. It's
Hey, Ariel. And at first, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, just automatically discounting anything Todd would say, because he's Todd. But then I was thinking about this, what has happened to American men? It's like Todd is right. We've lost our way. It used to be the man the man was the breadwinner, and he went out there and he supported his family monetarily. And also he would support his family emotionally, whether he agreed with their lifestyle or not. What happened to those men? Now you get these men that they just sit home and play on the internet while the wife's out there working. Yeah, and the other thing too that Todd is talking about here, he's right. The most discriminated people in the United States right now is the white Christian male. We're coming down on these guys, everything has to be about other people. What has happened to men? Now I hope my buddy Finkel doesn't see this because he's going to disagree with this. But those guys on January 6th, those are real men. They went to Washington to talk about their grievances, and they fought. They were patriots. I mean, there's some guys who were claim to have been in on the planning and then pussied out on actually going. Now that's not a real man. The real men are the ones that go out there and do something. So yeah, America, we need real men again. We need men who are supporting their families and not leeching off of their women folk. We need men who are good fathers and don't care if their kids are gay. And I know, I know what you're going to say. Well, you can't call Todd a real man because he's a midget. You don't have to be over 5 foot tall to be a real man, people. Just stop with that. All right? And I guess that's all I got to say. I don't know if anybody's around that wants to come up and disagree with me or anything, but I'll wait a minute and see. I'll put the thing over there just in case. 'Cause, I mean, this got me. This just got me, where I live. What do you all think about? Oh, there's Nikki. Speaking of real men.
Well, I was just going to ask. I mean, can't we all have different descriptions of real men other than the fact that men are supposed to protect their family and their women?
No, no. I mean, unless somebody has some reason for not going out there and supporting their family, if they're a man, they're supposed to be doing that. This is America, the land of the free, and they have to do what they're told.
What's
Well,
up?
hello, Ariel.
That's the manliest picture I have, so that's what I come
Hey,
in
me
with.
too. So what do you think, Ariel?
It's funny he says those things,
I know.
yet his wife works. He stays at home. I don't know.
And he's not really disabled. I mean, if you can sit for 6 hours and do the internet, there are jobs you could be doing. I mean, unless he's making a lot of money playing magic.
Money and
And
video
yes,
games.
folks, if it wasn't obvious, folks, my entire speech was sarcasm. Because Todd's the one that's always saying this kind of stuff, and he doesn't realize what a hypocrite he is. That other time we were watching some clip of his, and he was talking about people, and he's like, well, why doesn't he go out and get a real job instead of being on YouTube? It's like, do you own a fucking mirror?
I didn't see that one.
But by the way, we had said that on Chat and Play we weren't really going to talk about other channels, but I streamed this to Chat and Play anyway because, as far as I'm concerned, after Todd did his show on your Tiffany interview, he's open game.
Well,
I'm glad you brought that up because, okay, besides the fact that, he took credit for mentoring me, I guess. He actually really didn't have anything. He did a hit piece on OMC, but he was
Yeah.
really encouraging to me. But then last night, somehow or another, Tiffany's live that she did was orchestrated by me.
Oh, hi, Carrie. Is that what he said?
Yes. He said that I orchestrated it and I'm using Tiffany and FPS to get the story out on a bigger platform. It's like, really?
what's the big
Because,
platform?
well, FPS and OMC.
Oh, wait, no, because I didn't watch it because I have my own channel. But wasn't the subject of Tiffany's thing last night Christopher Ruff?
Yeah.
And so somehow it was all about Todd in his mind.
I'm not sure where the connection is because you guys know I don't do all the drama. Somebody asked me for help. Oh, wait. Matter of fact, last night, weren't you guys complaining that I was getting all those dings? Ding, 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 while we were on chat and play. And I said that I needed, somebody needed help because their technical skills were worse than mine.
No, I don't remember that. To the best of my recognition, Your Honor. Recollection.
Recollection.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did turn around and somehow having the Christopher Ruff documents in Tiffany's possession. This was all my idea, and I orchestrated it, and I'm using bigger channels to get my narrative out.
See, here's how I remember last night. We were having a really good conversation about celery, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you went, you know what? You guys don't want to talk about Todd. I'm going to go find somebody with thousands of subscribers, and I'm just going to tear them apart.
Yeah, too bad that's not true. I just, I don't know. I think I live in Todd's head rent free, and I don't mean to.
Well, I mean, it takes very little. I proved that just by putting that comment in his chat that time. Todd thinks he invented the interview. Well, you muck. Well, it's funny. I told Barb, I said that was the second time in a week somebody called me a cunt fucker, and I thought that's an insult. I mean, I don't know.
Wow.
You do you, but personally, I think Ariel's with me on this. Cunt fucking is not a bad thing.
I thought that guys were supposed to be that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Real
at
men.
least some
Real
guys.
men. And you know, that's the thing. He keeps talking about real men. And I do believe he'll mention like keyboard warriors whenever he sits there saying, I'll meet you on the battlefield, Finkel. It's like, yeah, who the fuck are you kidding me, you midget? But anyway, let me just state for the record, I don't believe that a man has to be the one out there working to be a real man. You know, if the woman makes more money, can make more money, and the guy stays home with the kids, it makes sense. If the guy has some kind of disability, then whatever. That's nobody's business. It's got nothing to do with being a man. Now, something that does have to do with being a man is you ain't no kind of man if you throw your kid out of the house because he's gay.
Yeah, that's not right.
You also ain't no kind of man if you brag about being on the planning committee for January 6th and then you pussy up because you're afraid something might go wrong.
No, because you had a dream that it was all a setup.
Yeah, that's right. There's
Right
a real man.
Right there.
Oh, I see you fixed the spelling.
Why I added the rest of it in there.
Anyway, I saw that. It's fun, and I really did. I thought I was watching Finkel's stream at first, because I misclicked. I saw that and I thought, there he goes again.
Well, and this is something that Finkel pointed out this morning, is Todd's always real good about saying things like, well, you're the end of your bloodline, meaning you have no children. Well, technically, if you go by his children and the bloodline goes through the male, well, he's the end of his bloodline.
Yeah.
So how is that an insult?
Well, let's not even get into the fact that he keeps talking about having guys pee in his butt.
Mm. I'm glad you brought that up and not me.
What is this? You left the show early last night. I saw you came in when we left. Right at the very end, you was like, "Oh, goodbye," or whatever. Y'all are leaving.
Yeah. She was
And-
sitting there for a half an hour. She waited till we were hitting the button. She goes, "Oh,
Yeah.
I just got here."
And then
Me and Carrie weren't on a date together.
I wake up early this morning, and where is she? Where is she this morning?
That's right.
Over
Over
at
at
Finkel's, right? She did a whole
Every-
thing over there. Yeah, she couldn't be
Yeah.
over here, but whatever. It's all good.
No, it's like, yeah.
No,
yeah,
I felt sorry for
I want to partner with you guys, unless Tiffany needs me, or Kevin needs me, or Finkel needs
Finkel,
me,
right.
yeah.
No, actually,
Right. But I'm not going to complain.
I happened to see the title of Finkel's stream, and it said
Well, what was it? I don't think I noticed.
killing some time.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I thought killing time was over there. And I went over there and I felt sorry for Finkel because he was starting to ramble as usual.
I
So-
feel sorry for Finkel all the time, but that's another question.
So I
Go
went to help him. That's all I did. And killing time came in at the end.
That's all I keep hearing. Excuse. Yeah. She sounded the same
Sorry,
way.
I zoned out there for a minute. I don't know.
But yeah, I
Shit. Now we got to ban Carrie for sending people to other channels.
no, he was sending them from your channel to here.
No, he's sending them from here to this Muckster's channel.
Oh, okay.
By the way, wait. But while I think of it, this is way off the subject, but I don't know if you guys saw, but Donna replied to my news thing yesterday. So
Okay.
Donna
Good.
is alive. Donna is alive.
Good.
She said she hasn't been around. She said it has nothing to do with medical stuff. So I
Okay.
guess she just got stuff going on in her life.
Mr. Carey,
Anyway.
send me an email. Just say hi or something.
Oh, you need his email?
Yeah, I don't know what I did. I can't find it. I can't remember it, so I can't pull it up. I have it, but I don't know where it's at.
Well, actually, you could log into the No Frills Media and get it there.
Yeah.
In fact, you could just reply to him from there.
Because I went to his channel and it's not on there.
No, it starts with a K.
I did that, and then I have no idea. It was there the other day.
Anyway, if you log into the No Frills Media email, it's in the folder that's under guests that says Mr. Carey.
Yeah.
It took me a while to realize that. I would check in whenever you first did it, because I'd go over and look and see if we got any mail there and that, and it's like, oh, she erased all the mail, and it wasn't until like the fifth time I went in, it was like, oh, okay, she put little folders in there for everybody. That makes sense.
Sorry. That's just a habit that I have. I don't like having the inbox cluttered.
Yeah, I know. My email's a mess. Hey, Dirk.
Oh, hello, Mr. Nicky.
How you doing, Mr. Nicky?
He just woke up from his nap.
Oh, that's good.
He was tired out from sleeping all night.
I don't.
No, he didn't sleep all night. He actually, I think he stayed up and watched the rest of FPS, watched the rest of direct, or watched some of DirectD. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw. I didn't watch it. I saw Josh was on for several hours last night. It's find fix.
Find, fix, finish. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, what FPS? He was sitting there sniping Todd, sniping you guys. What the hell does that make any sense? Why didn't he just? He could have like restreamed you and Tiffany, and then afterwards done a thing about Todd, or I mean, I don't know. It just seemed like a stupid kind of a egotistical circle jerk to me. It's
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I know they're your friends, and I
No,
like them,
I
but,
don't know.
but to me, it was kind of like he was stealing his wife's, or well, we'll call her his wife. Same thing. Her thunder. Let her do her damn show. You don't need to. Anyway.
Hi,
What do I
Logan.
know? Logan, how's it going?
No, I don't know what that was all about. I'm not going to claim to know what that was all about, and I'm going to keep my opinion to myself at this point.
Well, you know, the thing is, too, when I say things like, what's the deal with, I usually don't expect an answer. Well, I don't expect one from her, Dirk. I'll get answers from Ariel like, well, I don't fucking know. I don't care. I don't care. Why do you care?
Hi, Biscuits and Gravy.
Exactly. Why do you care?
Haven't
Hi,
seen you
the
well.
Angry Vet. Wow.
What's
Hey,
going
Kevin.
on, people?
Obviously, YouTube has nothing going on today.
That's what I was kind of thinking. Well, since we have all these different people who usually are in here, why don't you go ahead and
Put the link again?
no.
Or repeat what we started with?
Well, you could do that, but I was thinking more
Or maybe I
of,
could let you finish your sentence?
or maybe you could promote the WY.
No, we don't do that here. We don't promote other channels.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Let me
I
go
got
and
you,
get the,
Gary. I got that email. Now I remember what it is, and it doesn't start with a K. Okay, so that's why I couldn't remember it.
Oh, then I don't have the same email as you do, Ariel.
Yeah, I have another one. Yeah, it's all good.
He likes you better.
Yes, it does. Did I send you email, Muckster? Did I send you that picture, or no?
you mean the redone version of the one you showed?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm going to send you email. Give me a second.
But here, because Nikki insists, you gotta do whatever Nikki says. But yeah, that's our other channel. WHY, we will hear you. And that channel, if you don't know, is dedicated to just people telling their story. We say Nikki interviews people just because it's the easiest way to describe it, but it's not even really an interview. It's more just people coming on and talking about themselves. Doesn't everybody like to do that? You know, you can, if you want to tell about a certain portion of your life, it doesn't have to be dramatic. You know, you don't have to talk about, well, like STD talked about getting through cancer. It doesn't have to be like that. It can be just anything, hey, back in the day, I did it once, and I talked about my family and my brother dying, and afterwards, everybody's questions were about, hey, what was it like being a librarian? So, I could have actually done an hour on library stories and made everybody happy. So, yeah, anybody, you come in, all we want from you is to tell your story the way you know it. It's your truth. And if you'd like to do it, Nikki's the host of it. If you go to that site, there is an email on there. No Frills Media 24 Gmail. Send an email, and you and Nikki set up a time to talk, and we'll get your story out there. And
And thank
if you
you
go
for
over
that.
to that channel, you'll see the stories we've done so far. STD 58, like I said. Tiffany talked about why she's studying law, and our premiere episode was my friend Jocelyn, who had a very interesting life, getting pregnant at 15. So, but yeah,
Specs appeal.
Specs talked about some of her life. So yeah, and Carrie is going to be on there January 5th, despite my best efforts.
And we would, Angry Vet, we can do a 3-part miniseries. That's fine if you want to do it. Biscuits and Groovy. Yes, apparently they did. Not sure what all it's about or why or anything like that, but Josh is still F3 and Jeff
Yeah.
is Hill Pirate Studio. That's all we know.
Actually, I know a little bit. I'll go ahead and say it because it's nothing derogatory. I saw part of Josh's explanation. He takes full credit for being an asshole, basically. He said he just wasn't being a good partner or whatever you want to call it. And they say that they're all still friends. So,
You mean Josh took full credit for
yeah,
being Josh and he joined you as an asshole?
well, he would never admit that because, I am a lowlife. But yeah, Josh took it all on himself. I think Josh is a good guy too, Bet, whenever he's sober. And lately he hasn't been sober a lot, and I think that might have had something to do with his actions. But anyway, yeah, he took total credit. Now he's doing mostly a solo. Him and Hippie are doing stuff once in a while too, and the other guys over there on the Hill Pirates doing their thing. So it wasn't like a big, bloody war or anything from all indications. I think everybody likes Hippie. It's hard to not like Hippie. There's some people that's easy to hate. No offense there, Kevin. But
I was gonna say, it's not like you.
yeah,
He's
it's right.
Biscuits and Groovy is probably on Muckster's channel.
Yeah, I just have StreamYard, so I'm not. I don't know where people are.
Check your email, Carrie. Oh yeah, check your email, Muckster.
Yep, Biscuits and Groovy at that would be a wonderful place if we could all get along and not have the drama and not have the bullying and not have the picking on. If people could just get together, sit down and chat and talk things out, it might be a good place to be. Oh, wait, that's what this channel is, chat and play.
Yep. Let me promote something else while I'm at it. We don't have a definite date, but probably sometime in January, I'm going to be doing a show with Finkel. It'll be on my channel, on the Just Muckster channel alone. And it's going to be a panel about addiction and recovery and associated things. And it'll be open to anybody who wants to talk. You could be anonymous if that's possible. I mean, like if you're known as the angry vet, you can come up as Bob Smith, but most people would recognize your voice anyway. But that's just as an example. But we'll honor people if they want to be anonymous, and you don't have to be a alcoholic or an addict to participate, as long as you have something to give to the conversation. Maybe you grew up with an alcoholic father, or maybe you had somebody else in your family or whatever. If it has affected your life, if you have any insight. But anyway, it's going to be on my channel because Finkel is terrible at moderating, and I will be, hey Kiwi, I will only be lightly moderating it, believe it or not. I just want to be there to keep people from talking over each other or trying to take over the show. Other than that, I'm not going to impose, like the rules on language and stuff like that. I'll just be there to try to make it so everybody can talk and nobody will be abusing each other. But yeah, so keep an eye out for that. I think it'll be a good discussion. And if anybody wants to join into it, you'll be welcome.
And that actually sounds interesting.
I have a sex addiction with myself. I'm abusive to myself.
Hey, you better smack that hand then. Oh wait, that's your addiction.
Yeah. Spank me, spank me.
Kiwi,
Ooh.
you really didn't miss a lot.
Well, it's Kiwi, so.
Kiwi misses a lot when he's here.
That's right. What's going on, nerdy?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I think I'm behind on these chats. Here goes trouble.
It's too bad.
Hey.
Too bad. Somebody doesn't know how to click on that link. He could come up and join the pity party.
Hey, if you go back to the beginning, you'll see I was all about supporting Todd in his manlyhood. Where are all the real men? No, I don't know, Todd. Obviously not in your house. And getting back to that too, it's like, who the hell's been appointed to decide who is a real man? Certainly not this clown in the basement. Oh,
I am here to defend Todd. Manly man. He-man. Smart man.
well, let me just cut you off right there because I know what you're going to do. Don't you dare call him a pussy for pussying out on January 6th. Don't you dare say he's not a real man because he lets his wife support him. I know how you are, and I will not put up with it.
The heroes of...
Hello, hello.
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 Oh, there goes the neighborhood. Jeez, Louise. Hi. We won't let anybody up here.
Hello from sunny New Zealand.
Hello. It's the longest day of the year, isn't it?
It was yesterday.
Oh, okay. So it's our shortest day of the year.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's
You're on
right.
yesterday, aren't you? Yeah.
Yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away. Aren't you glad I don't sing for a living?
Well,
I
I don't
love it when
know.
you sing, Finkel.
You're better. You're better than Todd.
You're an inspiration to us all, Finkel.
Better than Todd.
I saw somebody doing a clip of Todd, which I don't know. He claims his people like to hear him sing. And what was the song he was doing? Well, let's just pretend it was yesterday. But I swear to God, his singing is like yesterday. Oh my child! It's like, what the hell is that?
I don't know if I have much room to dunk on him for that, but hell, why not?
Oh, I know I'm a terrible singer. I live up to it though. He actually thinks he's good.
You live up to it. Carrie's a good singer.
Sometimes.
Holly,
I like some
I'm a
of
good singer
Carrie's
for about
singing voices.
4 or 5 notes. Yeah.
I've told Carrie before, I'm not wild about his
I am.
death metal voice.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome, Carrie. That's
No,
for you. Sorry.
Carrie needs to leave that now and move on to some more tuneful stuff. I think because I think his voice is good, not so much the heavy stuff.
Well, you
That's
know
my
what I
opinion
think
anyway.
his niche. What I think his niche is, and he doesn't really do it that often. When he does something country western, I think it really suits his voice.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you build that fence yet?
I think he's got a lot of talent that he hasn't quite tapped into yet. To be honest.
Yeah.
The fence. Yeah. Next subject, please.
Well, we know that's not great talent.
The subject is I agree with Todd, and then an O face. Is that an O face? That's an O
Oh,
face.
Mr. Finkel, let me tell you, I saw your earlier. I don't know what it was today or last night or whatever. I saw your earlier when you were chatting away with Nikki, and you were mentioning Resler's panel. So then I rewound and went back and found Resler's panel that you mentioned, and holy shicer, the guy is like a virus. He goes on panels and he brings his mates with him, and it just gets infected. I mean, everywhere he goes, don't you think?
Who are we talking about? Who is it that goes on panels?
Todd.
The
Gnome
person that you're
shoes.
talking about.
Oh, okay.
The one
Yeah,
that you agree with.
I get lost in the pronouns sometimes. I'm sorry.
Attack helicopters.
Or is it low-flying aircraft? So I just I could see that you were I don't know, marching on the spot or something, Finkel. You just couldn't be bothered engaging with the little twerp.
According to him, I came up to engage with him. But, as I watch it over
Yeah,
again,
on the battlefield.
Yeah, on the battlefield.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he just has to pick a fight every time, but he instigates others. Like he starts little fires. Do you notice that about him?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like Brick Jonesy couldn't hold the reins back. He just had to spiel off and start mouthing off at everybody. And it's like Todd pushed the right buttons to make that happen. And then I'm thinking other panels I've seen him on, he does the same thing. And then the other night I was cruising through and I was on GS's channel, and he was raising hell over our friend Izzy. He was absolutely pummeling her. And I was thinking, this guy's like a mental patient off his meds or something. Like he needs to be in a padded room, that bloke.
I think he is in a padded room. Isn't his wife's basement padded?
It's padded with dog shit, from what I've heard.
Oh, okay.
Is she holding him hostage or is he holding her hostage? I'm not sure what's going on there.
Oh.
Well, that one show of his that I watched the whole way through because it was the night that he was taking all the credit for Nikki's work, and he kept veering off into things, and it could make sense because of Tiffany being there that he'd veer off into stuff that Chris supposedly did to him a long time. But at one point, he just out of nowhere started talking about Izzy, and he's complaining about something that happened like 6 months ago. But it's just like, yeah, he just can't let go of anything.
Since he's got the mentality of a second grader, I think he's like a second grader. He picks on girls that he actually is attracted to.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
understand it. It's a second grade mentality, and
No, he picks on girls because he's scared of strong, opinionated women.
Well, there's two.
Something else I've noticed about him.
You could be right. You could be right.
How you notice how he goes through panelists. Like he'll have people that, oh, this guy has my back. This is my good friend Vips. This is my good friend whoever. Like right now, him and that moron Brick are tight. And they'll be around for a little while, then all of a sudden they just disappear. It's like because he does something that shows his real self, and they go, What am I doing with this guy? By the way, something I always meant to ask Todd, because he goes off on how stupid Izzy is. Hey Todd, when you watch this and pretend you didn't, answer me this: how many languages do you speak? Because you barely speak English.
From what I understand, he barely speaks phonetic alphabet too.
I don't know if it was his channel or one of the other channels. He was on a panel, and he tried to explain how someone could be multilingual and stupid, and it didn't make sense to me. But I'm sure it made sense in his little pea brain.
Just a question. Does indigo come from India?
India is a country and a phonetic letter for I. Indigo is a white. I'd have to Google.
I was trying to work out how he got that confused. Because he's a war hero. He's a combat veteran.
That's the funny thing. And stuff like that people, I believe he is a veteran. I believe he served twice with 13 years in between. I have no doubts about that. But I recognize the things that make people question his veteran status is shit like that. By the time you become a
I hope he never called it an airstrike.
Exactly.
If he gets the letters mixed up,
Exactly.
it's not funny. It's not funny. I'm sorry.
Any civilian I get making that, it's not a big mistake. It's a little mistake. It's not even a big deal. I get it. He's saying something that begins with I. We do that all the time in Hollywood, on the streets. But to go on YouTube with all your military paraphernalia in the background, and you're always talking shit about how you were tip of the spear and all this, and you can't get something so simple. You graduate basic training knowing the phonetic alphabet and the phonetic numbering.
But it's drummed into you.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, it's drummed into you it's like a second language. It gets drummed into your brain when you're a recruit. Like you don't mess that up on the battlefield, do you?
Exactly. It's just so drummed into you. There you go. you don't screw it up in the battlefield
Yeah.
because you're under pressure and you got a million other things on your mind. You want to be able to call in an accurate grid coordinate. You want to be able to identify something accurately, and it's just
Yeah.
Let me ask everybody this, or state this. Okay, now, I make no claims of ever being a veteran. I barely wore a Boy Scout uniform, but I've known a lot of veterans. I was just young and just too young to go to Vietnam, so I know a lot of Vietnam vets, people who actually walked through the swamps. I've had a lot of vets in my family, people who've been in real combat and all that. I have never in my life known anybody who is constantly begging people to thank them for their service.
As a matter of fact, most
Yeah.
veterans will tell you, do not thank me for my service.
Yeah.
It's just something that they did, it's something that they are proud of, but they will say, do not thank me.
Well,
it's a hard guess as how each individual thinks. My friend Pat used to be a manager at a Denny's, and every Veterans Day, they'd have a free meal for veterans. And the wait staff would thank one veteran for their service. They'd bring them their meals and thank you for your service. And they'll probably get a response like, don't thank me for my service, just bring me my food. And then the next guy, they're like, okay, they're a little shocked from thanking a guy for a service and he didn't want to hear it. And they just serve the next guy. He says, aren't you going to thank me for for my service? It's just like, it's unpredictable. But I think a rule of thumb, not a hard rule, but I think a rule of thumb is those who brag and insist on being
Yes.
heard are those who are insecure about why they served or how they served.
That
Well-
to me is like a rule of life in anything. The guy who constantly is telling you he's a good person, don't turn your back on him. Somebody who talks about being very smart, they probably are on a level with a brick. But anyway, go ahead, Ariel.
most of your people have signed up to be in the service. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine. So it's not like they were drafted into World War I or II or something like that, Vietnam. So you can say I don't have a problem saying thank you for your service. I respect it either way, whether they want it or they don't.
Well,
I don't.
but the thing is, he demands it of people. He's
No, I
always
get-
saying,
I get that.
"Thank me, thank me."
No, he corners people in conversation. He cajoles them into celebrating his service. And
Yeah.
it's been
This is
shown that it was very minimal.
This is a paraphrase as close to a quote as I can get on Memorial Day. Now, keep in mind, in America, we have a Memorial Day and we have Veterans Day. One is to honor those who have made the sacrifice and are no longer with us, and one is to honor those who are still with us and are in a veteran status. Well, this is on Memorial Day. Why are you going on about a dead veteran? You have a living veteran right here. Why don't you thank me for my service?
Yeah, I remember that. And
Wow.
Isn't that when somebody had the DAC next to their name?
I think it was a DAC or DAC Junior reference. Yes.
Yeah.
And Biscuits and Groovy, I'll go ahead and say it. Thank you for your service in the Salvation Army. Sorry, I just had to be a smart ass. But and yes, Biscuits and Groovy, you're also right. Just by speaking his name and giving him life, it keeps it all going. But when you have a target that, I don't know, just kind of grabs you and says, here, pay attention to me, it's kind of hard. I mean, even for me, and
We
I try
despise
not to.
narcissists.
There were the kids in school who the other kids would tape a sign to their back saying, kick me. And then there was Todd, who would make the sign himself and tape it to his own back and then say, "Why are you kicking me?" Sorry. Yes. I don't. Did the Biscuits and Gravy serve in the Salvation Army? I would like to thank him because, it's cold out there, and to hold that bell and ring it for hours.
And
I think he was making a joke. I saw him say something about being a general.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's also an annoying bell. That's the only reason why I give money, just to make them stop. It's kind of like standing around, Nikki.
Here's $10. Shut up for a while.
Oh, that's the Nikki bell.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, thought you were muted.
Oh, Muckster's got a smile on his face. He's looking something up.
No.
Yeah, he's Googling something.
My default position is happy. I'm a happy-go-lucky person. I don't know why all you fucking people think I'm mad all the time.
It must be when your camera's off that you're happy, Muckster. Oh dear.
Hey, Kiwi, I'm just gonna ask, isn't it like almost your bedtime? Because you are definitely on the happy train.
Oh no, it's 7:22 a.m. here on your tomorrow.
Oh,
I didn't realize you were that far ahead. I thought it was only about 3. I thought it was like 3:20.
No, it is it's Sunday the 22nd of December at 7:22 a.m.
Kiwi doesn't sleep
So
anyway.
I've
It doesn't matter.
No, I don't sleep very well anyway, and I've had a couple of cups of coffee, and now I'm here with you, my favorite people. So my world can't get better.
Oh, I think he's drunk.
Finkel, what are you wanting to share there?
Oh, I forgot he can't bring it up.
There, it's up.
Teamed up with actress Kerry Washington to tell the story of the only predominantly
I think he
President-elect Trump has floated the idea of imposing a wide range of tariffs in his second.
Oh, we lost it. He's finding a spot.
Yeah. Well, that was fun.
Oh, he's muted too.
I was muted. Okay. I can't find it. There's a voice in NPR that sounds just like Nikki, and when I find it, I will force feed it to you guys. It's out there somewhere. I know you have it somewhere. Sorry.
We have a recording of it, I'm sure.
Yes, please play it. It's back.
Of the NPR or of the Nikki?
Oh, of Nick.
Not that one, the other one.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, Kellen. All right, Kellen always has to white knight Nikki.
Yeah. Oh, I did a short StreamYard this morning, and I called it Killing Time. And Killing Time came. Are you talking about me? I didn't even put the two together. I'm a little slow-witted sometimes.
Actually, you missed the beginning, but that's actually what prompted this, because I went to see what you were talking about.
Oh.
And I clicked forward past your opening. And do you ever notice if you misclick, if you click, what was that? Oh, Kiwi left. If you misclick sometimes, if you go a little bit under the bar, it'll go to another video. And I went to Todd's live, and I thought you were talking about Todd. I watched it for a minute, and then he was talking about real men, and that's what prompted this whole thing.
Oh, real men.
Todd, I watched it for a minute.
Is it near the beginning of this one?
here's how I remember that. We were having a really good. Todd is right. Kiwi swimming. Way.
Yep, Kiwi swimming.
You know, it used to be the man, the man was the breadwinner, and he went out there and he supported his family monetarily. And also he would support his family emotionally, whether he agreed with their lifestyle or not. What happened to those?
You're a bad, bad man in service of events.
I was being supportive. I was agreeing with Todd.
You're
men are gone.
You're being supportive of Todd, like Todd was being, quote, supportive of Nikki on her interview with official misconduct.
By the way, folks, speaking of support, can I just say it? Let's put it on the record right now.
Okay.
Finkel would be nothing without me. I taught him everything he knows about going out there with a camera. If me and Ariel and Killen hadn't been in the background when he first would go out there telling him, "Oh, turn left, you idiot," stuff like that, he'd be nothing today. We taught him how to do panels. He didn't know nothing about StreamYard or it was all me.
Wait, it now all makes sense.
I am the one. I invented the idea of StreamYard panels.
Muckster, thank you for your service.
But no, now it all makes sense, Muckster, because Finkel's interaction with over at WETA with that guard, that was the inner Muckster coming out.
Yes, that was total Muckster. You know how many times I'll watch his videos and he'll have interactions with people, and I think to myself, if that was me, I'd be going, "Get the fuck away from me!" You're right. He's finally graduated from the Muckster school.
The other video,
the Muckster Academy of First Amendment.
The other video that he was recording the hotel with the black guy who had the winter hat on. He got kind of aggressive with him too. I was like, oh, Finkel is like, he gonna beat this dude up or something, man.
I remember one of his early ones where I called it, he brought out his drill sergeant voice. "You will back off, and you will." It's like, whoa.
Oh, you know what I think? I think Finkel doesn't like short people.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Short people.
Because he stood up on that guy in one of his videos, and he harassed the little guy with the glasses, and then there's Todd, and
now in my defense, the guy who came at me when I was sitting down, I didn't realize how short he was, and I get it. He didn't realize how tall I was. It was a mutual surprise when I stood up. I'm like, "Oh, he's kind of short," and he's looking up at me. "Oh, he's kind of tall."
Well, you know what's funny about that?
Check their shoe sizes.
I made that opening for you that included that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when I made it, I put that little voice thing in there with the guy going, "I'm about to kick some ass." And I don't know if I hadn't noticed originally or I'd forgotten, but I was rewatching the video one time, and he actually said that as he was coming out, "I'm about to kick some ass." And then you stood up, and he was like, "Oh, maybe I'll go complain to a cop."
About
He actually said that out loud? I missed
Yes.
that. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he actually said that as he was coming out. "I'm about to kick some ass."
Oh, my. I wish I'd caught
You know what, Kiwi, I got to tell you this, though. I have now seen Sarge live, and if he hates short people, there aren't very many people he likes.
Now, hold on. I have to out you. We broke bread together, and I think you're taller than me. or at least similar size. I mean, we were
I
looking
don't.
at, yeah.
I don't know, Finkel. He said that, you were kind of stooping over to make sure you didn't hit your head on his ceilings.
I thought that was him that was avoiding hitting his head on it. Muckster is not a short man. I mean, he's short-tempered, but he's not short.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think we
Yeah,
all
so-
we all know that I think we all know that I tower over you intellectually.
Easy now, easy.
Oh. Is that because Finkel's only a 70 IQ?
Sub 70. You're not in the club unless it's under 70 is too smart.
And again, I gotta say, it makes me laugh to hear Todd say stuff like that about anybody when he's sitting next to Brick Jones.
Oh
Yeah,
that guy is. I'm amazed Brick remembers to inhale and exhale. One of those automatic things.
But can
See,
you
I
touch
saw on
inhale
that
and
panel.
exhale?
Was that?
My buddy Logan is sticking up for me. I just want to mention he's not being sarcastic. So
Short-tempered Muckster now. And Nikki
I
was trying to
saw on that. Oh, sorry. You go, Nikki.
I was just gonna say, with Brick, are you sure he can inhale and exhale? Because I didn't know you could touch air.
Yeah. That's a good point.
that's right.
Well, I saw him a few weeks ago, and then I saw him last night. So something's keeping him oxygenated.
Well, my favorite line that I've heard from him was on that Resla thing yesterday when he said, "I came here for an intellectual conversation."
Yes, he did say that.
Now spell intellectual. That's what you should say to him.
Well, what I find funny, he was a scout, and I realize they usually get put on shit details, but what a scout's supposed to do is, well, you hear me say it all the time: observe, monitor, and report accurately. And he once showed me a video of people getting arrested for dancing in the Jefferson Memorial, and clear as day on the video it says Jefferson Memorial, and he's calling it the Lincoln Building. And clear as day, the police have on the back of their jackets, Park Police, and he's calling Capitol Police. And he's told, I mean, forget that they're dancing on a memorial, not a park, not a pub. It's a memorial. You're supposed to have reverence at memorials. But he's all insisting this is the Lincoln Building when the title's right there. It's eye level on the screen, and Park Police. And I'm like, this is a scout. This is a guy who's supposed to report what he sees accurately to the commander, so the commander can make battlefield decisions with his units. I'm thinking, holy fuck! No wonder he drove a Humvee as a Sergeant E5.
Oh, I have to interrupt.
With
I have to interrupt for a commercial and a PSA.
Okay.
Everybody, first of all, today's show is sponsored by Dr. Pepper Zero. All of the taste, none of the sugar, regular Dr. Pepper. And secondly, everybody, listen to your old friend Muckster. Christmas is next week. Do not get the smoked ham. The USDA has said it is much safer to vape. Thank you.
Okay, no smoked ham, and I'm sorry, Dr. Pepper. Come on, man, you can do better than that. Don't
I have eggnog in the refrigerator.
From last year, or is it this year's eggnog?
Yeah, it's. I just squeezed the eggs the other day.
Okay, all right.
Yes, Logan, they have different patches. The different patches, one says Park Police and one says Capitol Police.
Yes, Yes, they're both feds. They're both police, but they are different entities. Capitol and Park. Both the Park Police work for the Department of the Interior. Yes, and Capitol Police work for the District. Actually, Capitol Police, Capitol CAPITOL Police work directly for Congress. They protect and enforce the law on Capitol Hill. The DC Police are called the Metropolitan Police or Metro Police, MPD.
And the WETA police.
And the WETA police, you have to be this tall.
And their badge says security.
I didn't really see, even when I froze frame it and blew it up, I never really paid attention to what that badge actually says. But it did not come across as a active duty police officer. I kind of got a vibe that maybe he used to be a cop, because it's a little trick. You slammed into me. I'm like, hold on. I did not slam into anybody.
But he had a badge.
He had a badge.
He had a badge.
And these guys told me he had a gun. I didn't, that talk about not observing things. I didn't see a gun. Did he have a gun?
Yeah, I saw a gun.
I think he had like a 9mm on his side.
My, what do you need a gun at MPR for? Wow.
He even had handcuffs.
I saw the handcuffs too. Yeah. I'd like to see a screen grab of that footage again with the background soundtrack of Oompa Loompa Dumpity Doo.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah, it would work really well when he grabs you and bumps into you and gets in your face.
All right. I'm going to go back to that video and actually WETA. Oh, okay, it's the most recent one.
How many views is it up to? Last I saw it was over 1,000.
1,200. Where are you? Are you Todd?
I wonder if it's going to come to the attention of his employers, especially since he loves being an embarrassment.
I have a sneaky suspicion that somebody may have posted it on their Facebook. I don't know if it would have gotten erased, and somebody also emailed it to them.
Who was the lady that was there? Saying
it was a lady. That's my wife.
I'm not sure. She never identified it.
Yeah, her and that guy, that janitor or whatever that was there, and they both were like, "But you're taking pictures of the windows." It wasn't like,
yeah, you're looking in the windows.
Taking pictures in. No, but they didn't even say it that way. They didn't even say you're looking inside, which is still, as we all know, doesn't matter. But you were taking pictures of the windows, and I did love too when that lady said about the security thing or whatever you call it, and so Finkel goes over and he zeroes right in on the lady coming in, hitting her fob on it and stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But yeah.
Kind of skimming through. I'm looking for I could see his waist to see where that gun is. I don't remember seeing a gun, which tells me it's a good thing I'm not a scout. I'm not observing, monitoring, reporting accurately. I am enjoying.
It's obviously a very.
I forget.
It's obviously a very important building, so I hope no one flies a plane into it or anything.
Yeah. I sometimes forget when I'm editing what viewpoints are coming from the glasses and what viewpoints are coming from either the phone or the handheld camera. But I see him looking up at me a lot, and I'm wondering, is that goggles or is that hand? Am I holding my phone? And then I see me hold my phone. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's that's goggles. For my goggles, I'm looking down at his bald head while the camera is also like, he's not a very tall man. But I shouldn't make fun of him on his size.
Well, except for the fact that he seems to be Napoleonic. I think he brings attention to his size. Napoleonic complex, the short man syndrome.
That could be. Oh, wait, here's him walking towards me. try to capture this gun that you guys tell me about. Okay, he's got handcuffs. He's got keys, like a janitor. He's got a radio. Where's the gun? Oh,
Isn't
on
it
his
next
right
to the
side?
badge?
Is that a 9mm
Yeah, on the
on
right.
his right side?
Well,
Yeah.
some sort of automatic. Yeah.
Yeah, right behind the badge.
Oh, wow, I'm a dumb fuck. He could have, oh, wow. Oh, yes, he
That's-
oh, how did I
That's
not
why.
see
Yeah.
that?
That's why I said. That's why I said I'm on a mission from God. This guy should not be out there in public with his temper and carrying a gun.
Maybe I should stop doing this. If I don't, if I'd seen that gun, I might have behaved a little differently, you know, because I'm unarmed. I don't even have pepper spray. Shit. Oh, you guys are observant because it's just a flash there. You don't really see much of it.
Yeah, you don't see it for a long time, but I could see that there was a holster and a gun handle sticking out.
Yeah.
When he flashes that badge.
So how do they need an armed security guard for it? WETA. Do they have high crime in
Yeah,
that
and
building?
he definitely should not be out on the public sidewalk. He
Yeah.
should be in there protecting the place.
Hmm.
Don't be taking pictures of our windows.
I wonder if he always has it on
You
the
could
side
go
or just
across
when
the
people
street.
see it. There's a weird guy out there on the street. And he puts it on, or does he have it on all the time? I wonder. Oh, man. See, he even
I
tried
don't
to
I
know.
get
really
because if
don't
he-
want you to go back and find out, Finkel.
If he puts
I
it on
don't
every
want you to
time he's
go
going to
back.
encounter somebody, that'd be a lot of work having to get that refastened under his Dunlap.
Yeah. I think the reason I didn't see it is because it's so far down. I have to look so far down to see it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
Even when I
imagine
did
how
the-
long it takes him to imagine how long it takes him to pick it up every morning and put it on his belt.
Oh,
Poor
right.
little fella.
Can I share it? Let me see settings. Oh, no, not settings. Present.
It's always interesting when you ask questions like that, because even on your own channel, it's like, Finkel, you didn't put it up on screen.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about it. You guys don't even see what I'm talking about. Here we are. You pull that up. Make it big.
Yep.
Yeah, that pew pew. That is definitely a pew pew. I really can't make out what the badge says.
First prize for the Dairy Queen.
I saw a thing on old restaurants. I was keying in on Howard Johnson's, but there actually was a Dairy Queen many years ago.
Oh yeah.
Not Dairy Queen, Burger Queen, and Dairy Queen
Oh,
bought
yeah.
them out. Wow, I think that's where they came with the brazier foods. Which when I first read that, I asked my mom, "What are brazier foods?" She laughed. I was a kid, fourth,
I
fifth
gotta
grade.
go, guys. I sent you an email, Finkel.
I got to open my email. Damn it! I hate opening my email.
You
Okay.
don't have to. You can look at it.
Muckster, I'm not seeing where that was posted on their Facebook page.
Where what was posted on what?
They probably deleted.
Y'all have a good afternoon.
Oh, the WTA. Yeah, probably.
Take
Be
care,
nice to
Ariel.
Be nice to little people, because I'm probably shorter than that guy y'all keep talking about. Just saying.
Oh,
Right.
sorry, bro.
Real challenge to the battlefield.
All right, guys. I'll holler at you.
I like
ya.
those, Ariel. I like
See ya.
this.
All right. Yeah, man. We'll see you.
I got a new avatar. Army Navy Finkel. When is the Army Navy game? I want to show it during the Army Navy game. I never knew who to root for.
Yeah, Nikki, I'm sure they deleted it, and they're allowed to since they're not a government site.
Yeah. Hey, the government is open. Despite President Ilano's best efforts, the government is open. Well,
The Army Navy
Oh,
game
Mr. Finkel.
was. Oh wait, 7 days. Okay,
I
it was
missed it.
7 days ago on the 14th.
Well, my team won. I don't know who won, but my team won.
The gays?
No, either the Army or the Navy.
The pig team. Oh, Muckster, you are awful.
Navy versus gay. It was
Well, he
Army
didn't.
Navy.
He didn't show up for the Let's Make Fun of Finkel night, so
You
got to
guys
give
had
it to him now.
You guys had to make fun of Finkel night?
Yeah.
I will sue. I will sue.
Yeah.
I will sue you for all the Dr. Pepper in the world. Badges? We don't need no stinking badges. Oh, wow. I got in that guy's face and he was packing. Wow. And I was sober. Apparently I've
I
done that.
believe you said something like, "Get out of my space. Now back the fuck up." There's
See,
gold.
If I was dishonest, I could tell my audiences, yeah, I saw he was packing, but I got in his face anyway. But that would be bullshit.
Yeah, I'm very street.
I probably would have handled the
I'm
whole
keeping
thing
it real.
I definitely would have
By
handled
the
it.
way,
Observed the gun.
does anybody know where the "We don't need no stinking badges" first came from? Where that quote is from?
Well, let's turn to Google.
Well, at first I was asking if you knew.
The answer is no. I
It
don't.
come from Muckster, I think. Come
But
from
I have
Muckster, wouldn't it?
I'm
Isn't
having
he the
trouble
great
remembering
creator?
it. It's from a Western. It was a famous Western. I'm forgetting the name now.
Oh, one's
It
on
had some
Blazing
big
Saddles.
names in it.
Blazing Saddles?
Well, that's what Nerdy just said. No, it was before that. There was an older one.
Treasure of the Sierra
Yeah,
Madre.
Sierra Madre. Yep, that's it. They had like Humphrey Bogart in it, and I think some other big names. Yeah, but they come across a bunch of Mexican banditos who claimed to be like federales or something. These goes, "Where's your badges? Badges? We don't need no stinking badges." So there you go.
AI overview. We don't need no stinking badges is the line from the 1948 film The Treasure of the Sierra Madre. The line is a paraphrase of a line from the 1927 novel of the same name, which the film was based on. Okay.
Huh.
I was going to guess the movie Gotcha, because I guess they were making fun of that line in the movie Gotcha.
I remember there being another bad comedy that had something to do with people stealing animals, and the one guy says, "Badgers, we don't need no stinking badgers."
Oh, there's even a YouTube.
I always think it's interesting when something like that becomes a part of the whole public. Like everybody, well, almost everybody, like knows the phrase and stuff, but nobody remembers how it actually came about.
The vernacular.
There you go. If you want to make it all, New Zealander.
Or colloquial.
The link I just put in is the original. And here is the, what do you call it? The
That's right, I
Blazing
can't click
Saddles
on those.
one. Oh. And I don't know if the original one's probably not. What's the word?
Copyright?
Copyrighted. I don't know about Blazing Saddles. 1:49 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yeah, this was going to be like a 5-minute. And to
Miss
my
Nikki.
surprise, people actually came around.
Came around where?
Here.
Oh, that's because I'm here. I bring all the boys to the yard because my milkshake's better than yours. No.
Where was I?
Now, thank you, Nerdy. Now I've got the song. He rode a blazing saddle.
Mounted police. If you're the police, where are your badges? Badges? We ain't got no badges. We don't need no badges. I don't have to show you any stinking badges.
Okay, that's a little different than how I remembered it.
Well, that's another thing that happens. That's like a famous line from oh God, the other bogey movie. Where
Play it
they're
again,
in
Sam.
Casablanca. Casablanca. Yeah, he never actually said "play it again, Sam." He said like, "You know what I want to hear. You played it for her. You could play it for me. So play it, Sam. Play as time goes by."
Ah.
And from people doing like bogey impressions and stuff, it became "play it again, Sam."
Oh, okay. You learn something every day. And it's usually something unimportant like that.
Well, that's what I said. That is my thing. I grew up watching game shows and stuff like that, so I've got a brain filled with useless information.
Nothing gets past you, Muckster.
Holly, are you watching? Text me if you're watching. Today is Holly's birthday, and
happy birthday!
Yeah, I got her season tickets to George Mason University's men's basketball. She loves the March Madness basketball. It was actually she starts tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Only problem is everything's electronic. I got it on an app on my phone, and I don't know how to transfer it to her. So I went to Staples this morning, and I printed up copies of the tickets, which are not usable, but just to show if this is yours, we just got to figure out how to get it from my phone to yours. So she can use it however she wants, whether she wants to take me or her other boyfriend or her choir director, I don't know, or maybe re-gift it to other people. So I'm presenting it by printing the unusable tickets, and that's a long story to get to the point. I was driving, listening to WAMU, one of the NPR stations, and I didn't hear Nikki's voice. What I did hear was, wait, don't tell me. And I thought, that might be a good idea for your trivia shows. Actually play that until the question's there, and then pause it and see how the audience answers. But don't advertise that the show's going to be wait, tell me, because then they'll go watch it and they'll know all the answers. But they got some weird stuff that I never knew. Like this morning was the kazoo thing. Make friends by playing the kazoo. Apparently it didn't work, but
like that. Be ready to attack Rock Ridge at noon tomorrow. Here's your badge.
Badges? We don't need no stinking badges.
Qualification.
It had to be a Mexican guy.
Where
You can't trust them.
I got one more here that may knock us off the air, but in Holly's honor.
Hey, Todd. birthday. Birthday. Dance. Beautiful, beautiful. My turn, Clyde.
I just confused myself because I closed that tab, and so of course it came back to here, and it was still going on screen. And then I realized that when I closed the tab, it took me to the YouTube side instead of the StreamYard side. Because I thought, why is it still on screen? I actually closed the whole tab.
Uh-huh. And who we lost?
We got rid of Kiwi. Well, you know how those New Zealanders hate orangutans.
He was offended by the orangutan.
Yeah, those down under people, they don't like any animals that are not poisonous.
Oh, right. Okay, it's got to be poisonous.
Or sheep.
Oh, I just put it together. You played that because it's Holly's birthday.
Yeah.
Wow. I think you need to take your nap.
And that's Holly's boyfriend doing the dance. Okay. I got you.
It wasn't me.
Remember.
That wasn't me.
I can threaten most of these people by saying, I know where you YouTube. But Muckster, I know where you live. Okay. Right under that rifle. Anyway, I was going to say something. Oh, Todd and Muckster coming up to greet Todd at Resla's beckoning. Todd to try to play off his racist comments about Joe Cool as if it was just a joke. It was just a joke.
Yeah, everybody knows it's just a running joke, saying that Joe Cool should not be dating white women.
Why are we dancing around?
I don't know. Must have been you doing it.
We were changing positions, but now that it stopped, I'm getting an image of Mickey Mouse. Doesn't that kind of look like a Mouseketeer? At least the outline. It's the circle behind Muckster makes the middle circle bigger. But yeah, that's
okay.
Image, yeah.
If you say so.
I do. I have this thing about Mickey Mouse because every year, Holly, there you go. Holly runs off to see Mickey Mouse for a few days.
Ooh, I do not like that.
I don't like it. She
What's
wasn't
that?
at Disney World either. Now the birthday song's in my head. Oh, I should have sent her that this morning. I did that last year. She will like the basketball tickets, right? She'll like them.
Yeah, sure.
In order to get the decent seats, 3 rows up from center court, I had to give a donation to GMU. Or GMU Athletics or whatever it's called. I didn't know it when I made the donation, but one of the kickbacks for giving the donation is you get access to the clubhouse. So much to Holly's dismay, during the game, I can get all the free popcorn I want.
So, a few years ago, a good friend of mine, her brother graduated from Penn State years ago. And he did quite well for himself. While he went to Penn State, he was on the golf team. So every year he would donate to Penn State, and he would donate to the golf, program. And he donated pretty good, The one year he was up here, and he wanted to go to a football game, and he called someone over there about getting tickets, and they said, well, to get tickets to the game, you gotta be a donor. And he says, well, I've been donating to you people every year for 20 years. And they're like, no, you have to donate to the football program.
Huh. Well, that was rude.
Yeah. But it's like, that's their priorities.
Yes, Kiwi, you got kicked off for being different. Here I am proudly announcing that today is the shortest day of the year, and you're down there saying, no, 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 it's the longest day of the year. So I kicked you with my superpowers. If Muckster or Nikki want to let you back up, that's up to them. But I kicked you. It's not the longest day; it's the shortest day.
He does have this problem with mixing up what is short and what is long.
Oh, did I get kicked for dating white women? Well, we know he's been listening at least. I can't remember when he fell off. No, we didn't. Nobody kicked you off. You fell off, unless Nikki or Muckster stealth kicked you off. I don't know.
Not me.
No. Oh, see how innocent she tried to sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on to you, Nikki.
Oh, darn it.
Well, obviously Finkel did it.
It wasn't me. Who's that kind of rap artist that sang that? It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I don't know, because it was because a different song was tickling at me and I couldn't quite get it. Now there, Mr. Carey said Shaggy too.
Shaggy, thank you. Okay, I was just about to Google it. You beat me to it. He wasn't Shaggy.
Wasn't there? I don't know, maybe a country song or something where the guy would say, "It ain't me, Lord." And that's like the only part I can get.
There was a folk song saying, "It ain't me, that ain't me, I ain't the fortunate one."
That's Fortunate Son by CCR.
Yeah, which Trump used to play as an intro song, and he didn't even realize that song was making fun of people like him, rich people who did not have to go to Vietnam
because they have heel spurs or bone spurs or some kind of spurs. Yeah. Well, my spurs.
They were the fortunate son. They could get out of it. But you people elected him anyway.
I about fell out of my chair the other night when I heard that Trump wanted to end the debt ceiling. I'm like, where did you get that? He's always, well, okay. But now, what finally did go through continues the debt ceiling. It doesn't change a limit to how much we can borrow, which is it's reverse. Usually, the debt ceiling is a right thing, and a no debt ceiling is a left thing, or raising the debt. How did it reverse all of a sudden? Is it? I have to say both left and right played a little game here. And being a lefty, I'm kind of glad the left kind of won. But since when did the left oppose debt ceilings and the right? I mean, it's backwards. It's all fucking backwards. I'm confused.
Well, the funny thing about they always talk about the debt ceiling, raising the debt ceiling, and it sounds like they want to borrow more money, but all they're doing is they are raising the debt ceiling to cover what they've already decided to spend.
Oh, there's that. Because when we reach that limit, we want to shut down the government unless we have some kind of last minute throwing doggy poopy on each other's shoes. Yeah, but
so here's one I
reversed. Everything changed direction.
Here's one I saw that they either passed or they're going to pass, that everybody I saw was saying it's a good thing. And when I first heard it, they said, hey, Social Security is going to be going up for people. And I said, well, I'm all in favor of that. I don't care what it does to the economy. But anyway, what they are doing is they're changing a provision where people who had federal jobs were punished. They didn't get as much from Social Security, but it's because if you were paying into a federal pension, you did not have to pay into Social Security. So doesn't that seem right? That if you didn't pay into it, why should you be getting the full amount out of it?
I'm not sure. I didn't know this. I know when I was in the military, I paid Social Security tax.
Yeah.
I don't know what a government employee does.
Yeah, like I think like federal employees, they have their own pension plan.
But they don't also
And
have
so,
Social Security taxes?
well,
No.
apparently they get paid out of Social Security, but they didn't pay into it.
I didn't know that.
So
Wow.
it seemed to me that that provision was actually fair before, and now they say they've changed it because it was unfair to them. And I obviously don't know all the details, but it just doesn't seem like if you didn't pay into it, why should you be? Especially, I mean, you know that the federal pension is better than anybody who's just collecting Social Security anyway.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I believe in Social Security, although I do also believe it's been misused many times. Sometimes I feel like they overpaid some people, not all people. But,
Well, people definitely scammed the SSI thing.
oh yeah, SSI, and I knew a lady who was getting $200 a month for child support from her ex, who was out of their lives, not doing anything but paying the $200 a month child support. He died, and the Social Security coverage those kids got after he died was $600 each per month. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. If they're used to living without a father in their lives at $200 a month divided three ways, how are we making sense giving them $1,800 three ways when really, sadly, they didn't really lose anything except for a possibility of getting to know their father? I just like, wow, that's just.
See, now I'll look at it in a backwards way, okay? Because that's the survivor benefit. I think what it should have been, if they think that the survivor's benefit, that the fare is $600 per child, then they should have been getting that all along. And that $200 that the judge figured that the deadbeat father could pay should have been going back to Social Security. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. When I was paying child support, I couldn't declare the child support as an income loss on my taxes. And my ex-wife didn't have to claim it as income on her income taxes. And I'm like, something's not making sense here. And that was one of her both custody battles. That was one of her arguments. Well, I'll lose money. I'm like, bitch, the money's not for you. It's for raising the kid.
Yeah, it's actually the kid's money.
Right.
She's just in charge of it, but it's supposed to go to their maintenance. Well, I guess it would depend on like how much you're paying, but then shouldn't you be able to claim the kids as dependents?
Well, it's kind of ambiguous. I could have claimed them as dependents, but if my ex-wife also claimed them as dependents, the IRS would figure out who cheated on their taxes, and they would end up saying that I cheated. So I never declared them until I actually had physical custody.
So I was thinking, isn't it like a 51% thing? If you could prove you were providing more than she was, then you should be able to claim the dependent. And again, I am no tax lawyer. That's just the way I understood it.
I'm not sure. I have to say some of it I operated on assumption. I actually was operating on the assumption that when I divorced, that when she reaches age, she could declare Social Security based on my income even after we divorced, so long as I or her don't remarry. And I was actually bitter about that for many years until one time I surrendered. You know what? It's not any money out of my pocket. Kids, if your mom ever seeks my Social Security number, go ahead and give it to her. If it's the right, let her have it. It doesn't really change anything to me. It just, I'm bitter about the system. And they spoke up, oh, no, Dad, we looked into it. Mom can't claim Social Security on your income after 1998. I'm like, oh, okay, because I make a lot more money than I did in the Army.
Yes, she can.
She can?
I can still, yeah, because I can still claim benefits off of my ex. Well, actually, no, I can't because I'm remarried.
Oh.
So
yeah.
if she's remarried, then no, she can't. But if she did not remarry and you guys were married for more than 10 years,
Yeah, 13, sadly.
then she can claim as basically it's what the spousal benefit is, so half of whatever you get.
Wow. I remember the kids pointing something out, and it made sense at the time. The truth is, I'm at a point in my life where I don't care. If government wants to give her money, let the government give her money, so long as it doesn't take money out of my pocket. Because now I've been divorced longer than I was married. I've been divorced 26 years. I was married 30. I've been divorced twice as long as I was married. And now that I think about it, I was paying Social Security taxes before I got married too. Yeah, she may have been in my life at some of the lowest income times of my life. Why should she get Social Security tax on what I've made in the last 10 years? It's not fair, but I'm over it. It's between her and the government.
Well, just remember, if you think you're going to be dying, you and Holly take a quick trip to Vegas.
There you go.
And I don't know why VIPs would have anything to do with it, but that's the law.
Oh, all right. I wonder if Vegas VIPs would preside over a wedding. What do they call it? Not the preacher, but the person that takes the place of the preacher.
Yeah, where you can go online and the officiant. Yeah, there you go. You become you can go online and join the Church of the Squid God or something.
Church of the Squid God.
That's actually a church I created a few years ago.
I want Vegas VIPs to dress up like Elvis Presley. We'll get married one of those Elvis chapels. Yeah.
Yeah. He'd be totally dressed like Elvis except with a full face mask.
You could probably do a short-term marriage as a business arrangement, get a divorce, and then your ex could not claim against you. Yeah, to be honest, I don't really know how it works. I just know what I was told both in 98 and a few years ago. And I said, all right, kids, go ahead and give it to her. The truth is she doesn't know it, but she's got well, maybe she does know it. The way the Army used to have to protect our personal stuff, stencil or marker our Social Security number on it. Was that friggin' stupid or what? But that's what we did back in the day. And she kept my Beatles albums and she kept other shit that I engraved. So if she looks around the house, she'll probably find my Social Security number. Or maybe she memorized it. I don't know. Don't worry, Mr. Carey, I cannot spell either.
So when is Todd going to interview your ex-wife?
I don't know, but I hope he does. That would be two clowns, two narcissistic clowns. I'd love to see that interview. The embarrassing thing for me is if people connect her to me, both custody battles and other times, people ask me, how did you end up with a woman like that? And other than I was drinking heavily, I was 19 and I was stupid, I don't have an excuse. I was drinking heavily, I was 19 and I was stupid.
Well, no, but here's the funny thing. Mm-hmm. Now, people look at you and Holly and go, how did you end up with a woman like that?
I got lucky. She's way out of my league. I don't know. Maybe she's doing charity work. I don't know.
This poor guy needs somebody to watch out for him.
Yeah.
He can't sing worth a shit, but that's okay. I'll just tell him to keep his mouth shut.
I'm trying to think. She makes more money than me. She's got a higher education than me. She's a hell of a lot prettier than me. She's got talent. She can sing.
Didn't you say the one time you guys did a duet and she was like, "Yeah, that's never going to happen again"?
Yeah, that's a joke. The Christmas party with me and her singing "Baby It's Cold Outside." Yeah. The truth is, I suggested, and she said, "No." The joke is, I did, and she said, "Never again." She tells me sometimes when in the car and the song comes on, I'll sing a little bit. You keep that tune pretty well for about 5 seconds. I was singing.
I do that too. I do that too. I can like sometimes I'll be right, in tune and stuff, and then all of a sudden my voice just goes places.
Yeah, I can't carry it. I can't.
Yeah. I always think of Line from Beaches. Do you remember that movie with Bette Midler?
No, I didn't see that one.
But and she meets that girl. They become best friends. And but I think it was Barbara Hershey. I think the other character's name was Whitney. But I always remember like Bette Midler going to her, "Whitney, don't sing, don't." It's like the story of my life. That's a classic chick flick.
Oh, that's why I haven't seen it. Download. Army Navy Finkel. This Ariel guy is getting pretty good with the graphics.
Yeah, really, I do most of it, and I just let him color in by the numbers. And
Right. So
I taught him everything he knows.
All right, generally specific.
Wow. I just pulled a Finkel.
What'd you do?
You were sitting there talking to a muted microphone.
I've been laughing and giggling and everything, and it's like, okay.
Well, Ariel did a classic Finkel the other night. I sent him backstage, and I didn't realize he didn't realize it. And I brought him up, and he was in the middle of a sentence. He was sitting backstage, obviously talking to us about something.
Yeah.
Don't you just love that you've now been immortalized as doing a Finkel?
Doing a Finkel. Oh, where'd it go? There we go.
I don't know. I lost it. I dropped it.
There it is. There's Ariel's latest.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a clever fella.
Every graphic on this screen right now is an Ariel. Well, okay, I guess I should do this. Now, every graphic on screen is an Ariel. Although he didn't really create the Grinch, he just turned it into an avatar. But he did make me a new logo for mine.
How long have I been muted? Did I mute me?
You had to. I didn't touch it.
All right. Carrie says, "Fine as wine, Finkel." Holly, no, Holly's finer than wine. Wine is a no-go for me and Holly. Unless you're talking about me whining.
This reminds me, by the way, you have to have Ariel make you some kind of a background instead of just that plain background you've been using.
You don't like my plain background? I try to look around for backgrounds because I've seen some pretty cool ones out there, like smoke drifting and who are these pirates?
That's for the Buccaneer channel.
Oh, right.
If we actually start using that more, we'll have to come up with something better. That was just something I grabbed one day.
The one before the Pirates, I almost reached for the screen to, touch the grass. Fine as orange juice. There you go.
Yeah, I like that one. That one's for the WY. It's just a nice, calm background.
Touching grass. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Carey's going to do a duet with GS. Islands
Well,
in the
then,
Stream. Do Islands in the Stream with GS.
well, if you do one with GS Curry, you have my permission to go as death metal as you want. And you'll still sound better than him.
Yeah, he says, I opined last night on Resla that we do owe the next generation a better world, and I, for one, am failing. And he later on came on and said, yes, because I'm paraphrasing. He basically said, because my mic is not as good as his, that I'm failing to leave the world a better place. I'm like, wow. Microphone. So is that where we're down to?
Yeah, he can't hit you on other fronts of doing anything for the future generation, since you actually have 4 kids you acknowledge.
Oh, right. I think Nikki and I had a brief discussion this morning about he's always trying to dunk on men for their bloodline stopping, and we're pointing out his bloodline stopped because his son's gay and his daughter's carrying the woman's DNA. It's the woman's bloodline.
It's one of the things with him. He is so non-self-aware, because he'll always smack on people for things like, well, why don't they go out and get a job and stuff like that? It's like,
yeah,
what the hell?
Get a job and get a better microphone.
Anyway. Yeah. Yes, that's what's important. Get yourself some good YouTube equipment. Stop wasting all your money giving money to the homeless and stuff like that. Damn you, Finkel.
My trip to DC on the 19th, because WETA was such a success. I thought, well, okay, I'm on a roll. Let me go spend the day in DC and get some more clicks and views. I didn't get anything, but I did walk around some pretty sketchy areas. I didn't do a good map recon, and a lot of graffiti, a lot of poor people, a lot of rundown buildings. And as I'm recording and not getting any reactions, by the way, it's the nice buildings that react.
Yeah.
I lost track how many times. If you watch the 1.5 hour video coming up on I think it's the 25th, I think at least 5 times I walk past people that I've never seen before, and I will probably never see them again, and I hand them money. Now, I'm not flexing that I'm going away, throwing away money. Actually, it's kind of stupid of me. I'm horrible with money. But people like him and Spider Dog saying, oh, you're just trying to buy friendship. I'm thinking, do they see this in the videos where some homeless guy or homeless lady asks me, can I help? And I give them a 20 or a 10 or a 5. Do they think I'm buying friendship from these people I'll never see again? I don't know.
Something I was thinking about with that too. It's like, so you stand outside the public broadcasting, and some people are freaking out. Why are you taking pictures? You go to other places, and it's almost backwards. Where nobody cares. You can stand there all day recording in front of the White House, in front of the Congress, in front of the FBI building. You know what I mean? Wouldn't you think those would be the people going, hey, what are you up to out there? Are you taking pictures of our security? No. It's these stupid, not to mention jewelry stores and banks.
It was last year or the year before. I actually walked around the J. Edgar Hoover building 3 times, pointing that camera everywhere. and nobody questioned it. And I'm like, yeah. And the 19th, I'm walking around, passing graffitied walls and trash on the ground and people looking, really cheap shops. Nope, nobody gives me a second look. I'm sorry, a couple guys who drove a Garda World armored truck kind of looked at me, did a double take, but that was the most. As I'm getting back up towards the train station, the government printing office, they said, you can't record here. And so I came across the street closer to them and they went inside.
I think I might have done a short video on it. That guy that I watched some of his videos for a while was like KC Auditor or something like that. But when he had that, and it just turned out to be a coincidence. He went to 2 banks, and both times the armored car showed up at the bank. And so they thought he was like following him. But the guy came over and told him it was against federal law to film an armored car. It's like, and he's like, what law? Well, they don't tell us that, but we're like federal agents. It's like people were just so oblivious.
Mr. Kerry wants to know if you can see him. I can see him. Well, I can see his text. I can't really see him. If you want to be seen, you got to come up on stage and go up on camera. Otherwise, we'll just see your avatar or your text.
I blocked him a long time ago.
Oh, because he's saying I chatted in StreamYard. Oh, Muckster's StreamYard link disappeared. Oh.
I don't know.
If I paste the link, is it the right link?
Well, it would be whatever's up top there in the address thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the link. Well, yeah, that's because I never popped out the thing to be able to pin the link. So, yeah, it's disappearing.
It sucks.
It goes away.
And it's 2:27.
So, speaking of people in chat,
yeah,
and I know there's nobody here listening right now, so it won't do any good for me to mention it, but I had somebody complain to me about, how come you never made me a mod? I go in and there's all these other people with wrenches. So if anybody does listen to this, just so you know, I'm pretty sure every mod that we have right now, we carried over from the FMAC. And I have not given anybody a wrench since we moved. And we actually have more mods now than we need because we don't have that many people in here. So as they say in the old country, shut the fuck up about it. I don't care.
I have a wrench. Hey, Mr. Kerry's up on stage.
Yep, time to shut down.
Well, good. Thanks for coming.
Carrie, I want to know when we set up a date, because according to Muckster, apparently we were on a date last night.
You're both married. You shouldn't be
really?
dating each other.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about
Kind of
it.
funny. Kind of funny. You were both missing, then you come back at right the same time.
I know. I don't know if you can see this. This is what I was talking about when I was out of the other county. This is what my was doing for a birthday party for his boss.
What is it?
The big inflatables. It's the big inflatables.
Oh.
See, when you were talking about inflatables, I was thinking, who the hell's having a pool party?
Yeah, I was just the driver.
Those are those blow up things, like.
Yep. The big ones. The big.
Yeah.
And luckily, the guy that my son helps off and on had extra help, because I sure couldn't do it. I was just the driver. And then got offered a piece of cake.
Yeah. That didn't bring Steve out of hiding.
My son gave me like a little piece of cake, and my daughter's like, he needs one bigger, and that gives me a big piece.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
That is my reminder to prepare for dates.
So you and Nikki are going to be disappearing now.
Okay.
Actually, I was just sitting here, and Mr. Nicky is actually making chili. So
Mm. Chili. That sounds good.
I got some fixins to make chili in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I got some of those Rotel tomatoes with chilies in. You ever get those? They're a good starter thing.
Look at that blue sky behind Carrie.
My
Yeah, it
oldest,
does look good, doesn't it?
my oldest son's chasing our home cat, our house cat. He got loose. I can't believe you can't hear me. Sorry.
I got a bunch of beans in the slow cooker right now.
Beans.
Yep.
The kind you put in chili, or the other kind?
Well, you can. I've made chili with them. I get those 15 bean.
There
you
she
know, like
is.
for soup. But I've used them for chili. I've used them for baked beans too. But this is just you could call it bean soup, but it's not going to end up very soupy. So just call it beans. I throw in some bacon and kielbasa and salami and pepperoni.
Ooh.
Just cook the hell out of it.
Meats that Holly does not approve of. I love it.
Yeah. I call it vegetarian beans.
Okay. I'm going to head out. Please, please, please do not make fun of my good buddy, Generally Specific. I'm kidding.
I think we're all past that.
Okay. You have a good
Got it out of our system for a while.
Okay, cool.
But now we can start making fun of Finkel again.
Yes, you can, and I won't watch until sometime after 10 p.m. All right. Good night, guys.
Have fun. It's quiet.
Mm-hmm. Because he's not rambling.
I'm sorry, this was unexpected. I didn't mean all the background noise. I was getting ready to give y'all. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to say we've passed 2 hours now on a live that I expected to go about 15 minutes.
I was just going to show you the building that Mike supposed to stay in that died in or something, but
no,
it's creepy looking. The cat scratched my son's hand, and he's like, "I need gauze." I'm like, "There's paper towels on the table," and then he goes, wakes up to his mom taking a nap. So we supposed to go over questions and stuff before the 5th, or
Nope.
Nikki? Okay.
Nope.
Just freestyle it.
Yep.
You can
Because it's
you
your
can have
story.
yeah, you can have a set subject you're going to talk about, some certain part of your life, but yeah, it's better for it to be off the cuff. You want it to be natural.
Yeah, and not no stupid stuff.
Right.
So-
And like I
so-
said, I like the idea of, being the parent to a
Yeah,
differently abled child.
and then you listen in the story to come up with the question, which I've noticed that's really good interviewing too.
The trouble is with Nikki, it's hard to avoid the stupid stuff.
I know.
I mean, if I have to get pointers from a mentor, I can, and then try to.
Yeah, you better talk to Todd. He'll give you all the pointers you need.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know though. He's just an expert on the interviewer. Does he also know the interviewee?
I don't know.
And I don't know if it's because I just mentioned them or not, but man, I can smell my beans cooking. Trying to think how long they've only been on for about, well, I think it was not long before I came on here, so maybe 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't expect you to be on very long. And I was like,
Well, I didn't know.
Go ahead.
I didn't know if people would come up or not, so I figured I'd do my Todd thing, and if nobody was around, then I would just go.
Well, I'm glad you got to be on this song because I got an opportunity to jump on whenever I can. Because it's like I never know when I'm going to have a lot of noise or something's going to happen. Just like happened, I come out here, my son goes in the house, and the next thing I know, the cat.
Yeah, and this way wasn't planning on doing a live tonight, so this will
suffice.
be our live. Yeah.
I used another big word. I hang around y'all enough, I'm going to be college educated, Muckster educated.
You know, not that I want to mention Todd again, but I also heard him one time, and I forget what the both words were, but he said something about, and the longer one, I'm just going to make up what the word was, but he said about they like to use two big words, ire and vengeance. And I saw that and I thought, ire is 3 letters long, and you think that's a big word? Anyway.
There's sometimes I get frustrated. I put 2 words together.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I don't know why I don't watch him more, because he is amusing. He doesn't mean to be, but I laugh at him.
See, I didn't know nothing about him until him and For Public Safety had separated, and then that's when I started learning more about him, because I thought he was on totally different subjects before any of that took place. I guess discussing politics or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I really shouldn't talk about him either, because I'm tired of that whole circle jerk anyhow with him and Chris and the Hill Pirate guys and all that. It's like all they do every day is talk about each other.
Well,
We can't see you, Finkel.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just, Finkel's over there testing. I told him we can't see him.
I was like, why make fun of people's appearance, because we're all born different. There's people that's born with defects. I mean, there's nothing you can do to help with it. I mean, back in the day, there was no like hair therapy or no, removing, cancer and people, that's in fires or abused or something, chemicals thrown on them, and then they poke at their appearance.
Yeah. Well, the only reason I make fun of Todd's height is because it obviously bothers him.
Oh yeah.
And I love that the only insult he can ever come up with me is, "You're fat!" And it's like, okay.
What got me was the forklift. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah. Well, and the thing with that is he stole that line from Vegas Fibs. So at least get your own insults.
But you're like, you can't do better than that. It's like, you're like, that's an old one.
Well, I know. It's like people who resort to that, they don't realize I've told more fat jokes about myself than they'll ever come up with.
Yeah, I mean, I got Facebook photos. I mean, stuff that I couldn't help. My mom was really obese, but I wasn't ashamed to be out in public with my mom, because that's my mom.
Yeah.
But when she tried to get that weight loss surgery, she died like 2 weeks later, because when my older son was younger, she wanted to be active with him with her first grandson. But
yeah.
The one thing I said to her when they took her, they said she was blue and non-responsive from E-Town to Louisville, and they finally brought her back, And I was like, you about died. Do you want to be buried next? I mean, I literally said that. Do you want to be buried next to grandma when you die? I didn't think nothing about it. And she's got a ventilator down her mouth, and I said that. And I wasn't even thinking. That just shows you how illiterate and not thinking I am. But she shook her head, yeah, though. So. But my dad was always a big joker too, so that's why I never thought nothing about it. You usually don't know how to deal. I don't know how to deal with stuff like that. Right now it's 35 degrees out here.
We've been having snow all day.
Have you? It
That's
snowed a
only
little.
30 here.
Is it? It snowed, but didn't. It stuck to the grass. Last night I didn't know if it was going to make the road slick, but it didn't.
Hey Siri, what's the temperature?
It's 23 degrees outside.
Oh, it's only 23. It dropped. It's warmer this morning. I didn't even notice Kiwi was saying goodbye earlier. Thanks for stopping in, Kiwi, if you still hear us.
I didn't even look at the chats.
I know. I've kind of gone Finkel-ish with chats too. I used to be better at watching chat.
I was looking at this cocoa maker. It's molded candy, and on the back it says adult supervision required.
Oh. So who's watching you?
Nobody. But I guess it would make sense if we got little kids, but it doesn't say little kids, just says adult supervision required.
I got some stuff coming on, supposed to come Monday. Dill pickle flavored cashews. And
That
it sounds weird, but boy, it's tasty.
Wonder if it'd be like pickled chips or something.
Well, it's cashews, but however, they like coat them. It's hard to tell if they just, if it's a chemical synthetic or if they actually somehow, soak them in pickle juice or whatever. But they do taste good. I got them once before.
Salt and vinegar chips makes me cough some. I don't know if it's just the vinegar, the whatever irritates your throat.
Yeah, I've never been wild about those. Sour cream and onion, on the other hand.
Then they make odd flavor ice cream. I done forgot. I think they made a pickle ice cream. I'm not sure.
Wow. I can believe it. I've never seen it.
Yeah. I'd have to look it up eventually. But they had some weird flavors. Oreo cookies had out weird flavors, like spicy something. Or
Yeah. Yeah, last couple of years they've come out with all kinds of stuff. I used to like to get the Oreo double stuffs and then take them apart and make them quad stuffs.
yeah, I forgot where you're live on two chats. It comes up twice on my end in the comments. Yeah.
Yeah, but because of the way like I did it, where I just streamed to both, you don't get that paper clip that tells you which one is which.
Yeah, it just shows up twice. That's how I didn't figure it out till just now, how you could see, like, when you go live 2 channels, you could see people chatting here and people in the other live, like, who's he talking to?
I was going to just stream to mine, and I said, I'll include the chat and play on this one too.
Which is probably a good thing because, like you said, it took care of our life for tonight.
Yeah.
And it's 2 o'clock, January the 5th, correct? The WWHY.
She may be answering you and doesn't
Yeah,
realize
2 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
Yeah, now if
Yep.
I was doing a thing, if I was dumping on anybody else, I'd have just left it on my channel.
Have a surprise guest pop up, an interrogator. I thought this was to tell my story. No, we're here to interrogate you.
Yeah.
Did you steal candy? No, I have no evidence.
I always like when I'd watch those TV shows or movies and the cop would say something like, "Where were you on February 2nd of last year?" And I'd be like, "I have no fucking idea," you know?
Yeah.
Like now it'd be, well, I'm sure I was probably, odds are I was sitting in my living room in front of my computer. But, a couple of years ago, it'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would have to say, well, what day of the week was it?
Yeah.
Because that would say where I was.
Tuesday, well, I guess, what time of day was it? I guess I was probably working.
Right.
You know those little things that look like a helicopter with the seat on the end of it that spins around in the wind?
Oh, yeah, sure. We all believe those are real.
Well, I just watched it twirl all the way down in front of my
Was
vehicle.
there, you have maple trees?
There ain't no tree around where I'm at, but I don't know what kind of trees they are.
Because what I'm picturing is maple seeds look like that, where it's sort of like it's a seed with 2 wings on it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we just don't, you can't really tell them, but
Yeah.
they just like come out of nowhere on that top of the building. Plus, there's a lot of pigeons too, and pigeons build nests to grab different stuff.
Yeah. This is what I am picturing.
I got my bifocals ready. Yep, it's similar to that.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be from a maple tree.
We used to put them in our mouth and get that little wing part just right, and it sounds like one of those whatever bazookas.
Kazoo.
Yeah, kazoo. Like when I was at a church, when my health was permitting at the time, I called it a drum box, and they had a fancy name, a cajon. I didn't know it was named a cajon.
Oh, are you talking about like that? It's like the wooden box that people sit on and drum.
Yep.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
Hey, Danny.
I've got one. I'll show you. I want to walk up to it in the building because our stuff's under this tarp. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but that's it right here. I don't know if you can hear it. That's like the snare part, and then the middle part's the like the bass part, which I can play it.
Okay.
But it's shaped a little different. But yeah, like you said, the bigger ones is like a bigger box, and you just, lean over and pat on the edges, and then the bottom part of it makes the boom. But I didn't know it was named a cajon.
Yeah, Danny, my thing with Todd is it's almost everything he talks about other people. I think, do you have a mirror?
Danny, I have to agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah, Danny, if you cared, if you go back and watch the first couple of minutes what the whole title was about, I very sarcastically agreed with Todd on what are real men. So you still working, Danny, or have the road started closing in? Hey, Nikki, this is pretty much like one of our regular lives. We're now sitting here with just 5 people in chat.
Yeah.
Everybody here has a wrench.
Wrench.
Yeah.
If you go to Las Vegas, those wrenches goes nuts over there. God bless you.
Bless you.
GS bless you too.
Be glad he can't reach through the screen.
I just miss the good old days where you just do a little roasting and, friendly poking around and stuff. But no, it gets serious up on YouTube. Like I got this record that said that you poked your teacher in the nose with a knitting needle. He's trying to knit her a blanket. Gossip used to be at the barber shops. You trimming your hair? Yeah, did you hear about Sally stealing from the offering plate yesterday? Here we go to some barbers where they really mess up your hair bad.
Well, I can see that. I actually haven't been to a barber in years.
Yeah, I just do your own hair.
Yeah, I feel it getting long. I just grab some scissors and cut it. I figure I got nobody to be fancy for. Not like I was ever vain about my hair anyway.
Not like you're doing a job interview on YouTube, like, hello, my name is Muckster, and I want to welcome you to my show. Here's Nikki.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
You're the next contestant on the Chat and Play. And then Muckster in a suit and tie asking questions about people. Can you answer this?
That's something I haven't had for a long time either.
A suit?
Yeah, I had a real nice 3-piece suit, and when I had my fire where I lost my apartment,
Oh, I didn't know
the suit
that.
was on. I never bothered replacing it. You know, I actually never learned how to tie a tie.
Me neither.
When I was going to electronics school, and they had like guys coming in to interview, and we had to come in wearing, shirt and tie. And I remember there was the one guy in my class. There was a line of like 12 of us. He was tying all our ties because he had little brothers and used to do it for them.
I tried to tie one on using YouTube. That was years ago. Get it just right. One end's got to be longer, and then you try to. I just like the clip-ons.
Yeah, I always once mine was tied, then I just like loosened it and took it over my head and we put it back on again and tightened it.
And then have one of them little tie clips that clip on there to next to your button shirt or something like that.
Luckily, I never had a job that required. I'm sure if I had to, I'd have learned how to tie it because it doesn't look that hard. You just go flip it around a couple of times and tuck it down through. But
yeah.
like when I was a kid, we used to have to wear ties to go to church and stuff, but it was all clip-ons.
Yeah. One church I went to, they didn't believe in ties. They said it showed pride.
Now that I think of it, Mr. Nicky has not been in chat all day, and then all of a sudden a girl shows up. And he's all like, "Oh, hello, Daddy."
Actually, he's watching football, believe it or not.
One eye watching football, one eye watching for Mr. Carey. It's not too bad, 35 degrees. If the wind's not blowing real bad and the sun's out.
Hey, I just realized something. I was flipping around the brands earlier, and the script did not change. Wonder if they fix that.
I don't know. I haven't played with it. As far as keeping the guys in line, Danny, I don't know. I think I gave up a while ago. I just let them do whatever and just sit here and, let them think I'm paying attention.
And she reminds us that she's supervising when she goes,
He'll fix it where it's loud. He wants everybody to know that in the background, that's all they hear.
Ariel.
No,
hey,
he's not.
Nikki, leave that man alone.
It sounded like he said he effed up supper, It's what it sounded like.
No, he's cooking my supper.
Oh.
Because he's a real man.
A manly man.
Where have all the real men gone?
It's raining men. Hallelujah.
And who sang that song?
The
Pointer
Weather
Sisters.
Girls.
Yeah, the Weather Girls, yeah. What she said. I'll get it right in a minute. Wasn't that hard to make kids, but it's hard on camera to point.
I know that always takes a while to get used to that.
Yeah. You see TikToks where people are putting on their makeup, showing you what kind of makeup, you know, them ads. My spots are going away. Some people wish when they rub their lips that. I mean, not me. I want my lips.
I don't know if you guys realize this or not, but next Wednesday is Christmas. Ariel's favorite day of the year.
Ariel loves it.
He spends all week decorating, buying presents, making cookies.
That's not what I heard. I heard it was a month at least.
I've got proof right here. No.
Somebody's dragging something down the hallway downstairs. I wonder if it's a body.
Yeah, just set it down there. Yeah. I don't know.
Ooh. All right. Well, it's nap time, guys. I know. I'm an hour late, actually.
Yeah, I guess. Seems like a good time to shut down. It was fun. It was fun. Even with Finkel coming in.
So I guess I'll see everybody somewhere later.
As always, I always appreciate everybody coming in. Not to pick any favorites, but I'm always glad to see Danny.
Don't forget your sponsor, Dr. Pepper.
That's right. Dr. Pepper Zero.
Yep.
All of the flavor and none of the sugar of the Dr. Pepper you know and love. Anyway, we'll see you guys. Thanks for stopping in.
I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time